Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
Today we're going to be doing a review of the Glenlivet. Two different expressions. They are both actually the Glenlivet Nadurra. Nadurra is a Gaelic term meaning natural. Both of these whiskeys are cask strength. They both are high ABV. As soon as Josh is done pouring, I can't remember the ABVs. They're up there. One is 60 some percent. We'll go back to the only difference between the two Nadurras is this one I'm holding in my hand is finished in Oloroso matured. It's a cask strength, non-chill filtered. It's coming out at a whopping 60.71% ABV. The other Glenlivet Nadurra is a natural finish as it is when it comes out. That's why there's a very light color to it as opposed to the reddish hue that's in the Oloroso finished. They are both non-chill filtered, cask strength. This one has an age statement 16 years, 55.7% ABV. Another cool fun fact with both of these Nadurras, when I got them, they are both from 2014. So bottled in 2014. So same year of bottling. Both Nadurras. Oxidation is about the same. You can see their levels are about the same. I've had them for several years. They've just been sitting up there collecting dust. And we were thinking of a good comparison whiskey for you all to see. And we thought these are a good one. I haven't had them for years. Josh has probably, as far as I can know, he's never had this 16-year non-chill filter, cask strength Nadurra as is.
Do you think, so this one's like 55.7 and this one's 60. So I'm assuming this is going to be younger because they're both cask strength.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So it may be younger. There isn't a age.
I'm assuming, right? Because the longer it's in the barrels and the proof,
the higher the proof goes up because the English share. So this may be a little
all of that.
Yeah, this may be a little older. At a cask strength barrel when they were dumped or whatever in 2014. This one's a higher ABV. So it just means that if they don't put an age statement, they can blend in that batch
right
a little more. But it doesn't say single cask. It's just single malt Scotch, but it is traditionally crafted in small batches, non-chill filtered.
So it's not a single barrel type thing. But
they're not single barrel, but they are considered small batches. What does Scotch small batch mean as opposed to like a bourbon small batch? Small batch bourbon can be anywhere from 5 to 20 barrels to 250 barrels in a small batch, even up to 500 as opposed to like your Jim Beam that there's 7,000 in a batch. So I don't really know what a Scotch small batch is for how many barrels or
it's 1 million
casks go into
that
it.
Is not true.
But they're neat. It's going to be a neat comparison.
Man,
you've got an Oloroso sherry compared to the same juice without the Oloroso influence.
I cannot believe he's had this 16-year Glenlivet on his shelf and I didn't know. Non-chill filtered.
Yeah.
Age statement.
Right.
I mean, I had no idea. I didn't know.
You don't really go to the Glenlivets.
Because you have like 8 Glenlivets too, right. So I just look at them like, oh yeah, I've had those.
Another Glenlivet. Because I went through on it. I wanted to collect all the Glenlivets that were out there. So, all right. So the inside, you can see it visually. One's Oloroso and one's the clear. So,
man, that's just
on the nose,
refreshing, fruity.
Yeah, on the nose, the non-Oloroso is very light. Green apple, honey. Some candy sweet tart.
Yeah.
Sweet tart, kind of a sweet, kind of a sweet tart nose. Going to the Oloroso. Let's see what we got.
Ooh, that's got almost a rum.
That has that.
Maybe it's just the
that has that grape wine influence. The Oloroso,
candy,
sherry, wine, grape, red grape. There's some honey. There's some.
Man,
what else? Dries.
I know. My throat. I need to drink some of this.
The wine is dominant in it.
Yes.
And we know there's a high ABV. We do have water to add if we want to.
I'd say I like the nose on the Oloroso cask one better.
Boy.
But I like the nose on the other one too. There's more, with those Oloroso casks, there's more to
depth.
it. Yes.
Yeah, there's more depth. There's more going on. Leg-wise, the Oloroso is a medium run on legs, meaning viscosity level-wise is a medium. So it's not going to be a real long, lingering palate or a really short finishing palate.
Boy, these are slow on this one. Look at that. They're
on
still
this
not
one,
even
yeah, I
dripping
haven't
down.
checked this one, so you
Should
would
be good and oily, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, so the legs on the...
Yeah, look, they're just starting to come down. Mine are just starting to come down.
Huh. So that tells you possibly this may be more oily on the palate, a longer finish than the Oloroso finished one. Boy, I really like the nose on that 16.
I'd like it too, for sure.
It's unique.
It's very floral.
It is very floral. Some honey.
It's like, it's just Glenlivet,
Yeah, that green apple, floral, sweet tart.
I'll try it.
Which one should we try? This. We're gonna try this.
I'll try that one first because I feel like this is the more like natural product.
Yeah, it has no additive that's going to change.
Yep.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Wow.
That was a big swallow. And that's a high ABV. And
that is a high ABV, dude.
That ABV caught me off guard a little bit. There's that green apple characteristic, but man, what is that? 55? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
almost
hot.
56% ABV. So what is
green apple? Like you said, the sweet tart's good.
Yeah,
that's a good descriptor.
Sweet tart, which I don't think I've ever,
because it's tart. Because a green apple's tart. It's kind of like that same. What else? And the floral. I get the floral.
The floral notes in the palate.
It's your typical Highland Scotch.
It is,
but it's definitely
when you throw
more
that
to it.
Yeah, when you throw that high ABV. If you take a pretty good drink of it, it'll take your breath away.
Yeah,
it is good.
I should have shot fire out.
I might have been able to. So what is that? What is a 60? 55. So that's 100 and what's the math? 110 proof, almost 111 proof. Dad burn. Yeah, that's some high ABV to be.
Dad burn.
Dad burn.
What are you, 98?
Not quite.
You're getting there. Yeah, dude, I was never a big fan of the Glenlivet scotches. I didn't hate them, but it was the first scotch I tried when I got into the whiskey thing, and you always had the Glenlivet stuff, and I couldn't get on board. Now that my horizons have broadened, it's a good whiskey. And then that one that's good. It's a good 16-year-old.
Yeah. It's neat having an age statement whiskey.
It is. I'd like to add some water to it and see.
We'll definitely have to. First. Moving on to the Oloroso sherry finish.
That nose. It first reminds me. We did a rum review just before this one, or a couple before this one.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of that smell for some reason.
The 60. This is 120 proof. I'm
gonna drink the whole thing. Ready?
Almost 121 proof.
I'm just gonna drink the whole thing. Like a shot.
That would be crazy. Which is really uncharacteristic for Scotch. Typically, your Scotches, when they send them over here, they're 80 proof. That is a really run-of-the-mill, is it? It's so hot. You're getting a lot of ABV for the buck. To be honest, the price-wise, I can't remember the prices on these because I've had these for so many years.
I would think with that high alcohol.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're probably in the 80s. Yeah, 80s.
No, this one, I think I remember this one. This one was about 50-ish because I think we have it right now.
Do we? Okay.
I think so.
So
it's not too bad.
They're under 100.
Yeah, I think
for a high ABV.
And a 16-year Scotch. Try to find a 16-year Scotch under $100.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Lagavulin only 70-something now.
Right. So the Oloroso, what do you think?
Man, that's good, but it's hot.
Nose.
I'll put some water in my
There's the classic grape. Oloroso is such a dominant wine cask that whiskey manufacturers are using. Ooh, another cool thing, when you have a non-chill filtered and you add water to it, you can really see what they call that Scotch mist, which is the water blending. It's really evident. You can see it. It kind of swirls around. Because non-chill filtered means they haven't used chill filtration to extract the fatty compounds in the whiskey coming from the grain. So those compounds carry over in the finished product, leaving, if you chill it or throw ice with it, it will become hazy. And a lot of people think that is ugly and they don't want to see it. So that's why chill filtration, it's really cosmetic. I prefer non-chill filter just because you're getting the
most pure product you can get.
Yeah, it isn't changed in any way, really.
Right. Do that. It's pretty good. It's hot though. I did one drop each. I might have to do two.
I'm not gonna lie. That is a hot whiskey.
But it's good. It's
smooth.
It's got a good, like I said, the you can taste the wine cask, you know?
Yes. You put a drop in mine, didn't you?
No, just mine too.
You just did yours?
Yeah. But...
Yeah, look at that.
Are you going to go two? I might put two.
They're so... When you're dealing with really high ABV... And we're only talking like drops of water.
Yeah, 2 drops.
Yeah, so each of these have 2 drops of water in them from our dispenser there. So you're really not dropping the ABV substantially, but you may be taking a little bit of that bite off that can really overpower the palate. And high ABVs, if you burn out your palate, you kind of lose some of that sensation and that ability to pick up the nuances that you're trying to find.
Yeah, that makes it even easier on the nose.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, much smoother.
Oh yeah.
Much smoother. Couple drops. Noticeable on the palate.
Yep. Yep, took the heat out. You could taste it.
Oh yeah. It doesn't take much. Those of you out there watching, if you have a high ABV and you take that first sip and it like stings the palate and your little punching bag back there is screaming because it feels like it's on fire.
Your uvula.
Don't do the knee-jerk reaction and just grab your glass and pour water in it. If you have some water, distilled water is better because it's so neutral. Grab a straw. You don't have to be fancy. A spoon and just a drop and try it and blend it in. Let it sit for a minute and then taste it and add another drop. It doesn't take much to change the dynamic and the ABV of it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
The water helped.
Now that water definitely helped.
It actually,
for sure.
it makes it easier to taste the flavors because it takes a little bit of that,
Yeah.
alcohol burnout.
Yeah. So I would say the sweet tarts and stuff on this is dominant for me. Mm-hmm. The floral, the green apple, the honey, some of those baking
I don't get a
spices.
whole lot of honey.
You don't.
I get a hint of honey.
A hint.
But a lot of green apple, like a heavy green apple, heavy sweet tart's good. I like that. Sweet tart's good. Just as that tartness, it's very...
And a Highland Scotch, if you're new to Scotch, you're a bourbon drinker and you're trying to branch into Scotch, the Glenlivet line, I think it's a good place to start. Someone asked me the other day about a good Scotch to start with, and I recommended the Glenlivet 15, simply because if you're a wine drinker, it's a good. It can be a good.
The 15,
bridge.
yeah, the 15's good.
The 15, price wise, it's around.
But I don't know.
$60.
Glenlivet was hard for me to get on board after drinking. I was a bourbon guy, and then trying to get into Scotch, and then for me, I like the Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah.
I think Monkey Shoulder is a good one.
That's a good one.
Johnny Walker Green. The Glenlivets are very fruity, so it's so much different than a bourbon, Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard. It was hard for me to appreciate
Glenlivet for what it was.
Yeah, just for Yeah. And now I can taste it and like it and but I don't know I don't know. But it can go either way, I guess.
And I've had people tell me like the Glenlivet 12, which is readily available worldwide. Yeah. It's like the standard, and we're going to do a review of it coming up pretty soon. They've tasted it
before this one.
You never know.
The beauty of the internet.
It is. And they're like, gosh, it's so smoky. And I thought that was so funny. But when I look back at just branching into Scotch, the first time I tried Glenlivet 12, I thought, wow, that is peaty. Because it does have some peat characteristic, but it's so subtle. But if you're completely new to it, it's there.
I just remember seeing it taste like...
It's all the fruit. Yeah, it's all that high sweet fruit. I think 2 drops of water for the Glenlivet with the Oloroso and the high ABV did not do enough for me. It's still hot.
You should try to suck in some air after you drink
I couldn't.
that one.
I tried. So
You put 2 more? I'll put 1 more.
I put 2 more. So I've got 4 drops of water in the Glenlivet with the Oloroso at 160. Yeah, 60 point. So 120, almost 121 proof.
And you've had a couple sips out of it. So
yeah.
Man, I don't... That one... It's hot.
It's still smoothed out. Whoa. There's a little chocolate.
You got chocolate?
I'm not joking.
All right.
With 4 drops of water. Just a dark chocolate.
Not getting it.
Not milk chocolate.
You can smell yours with the 4. Nope.
No.
Excuse me. Smells like mine.
Palettes.
It smells like mine. Oh yeah, I put the water in this one.
Boy. Even 4 drops of water has not... It's tamed that ABV a little bit.
It's hot.
But it is still hot. I'm thinking...
Maybe I poured a little too much in there. It's going to be...
I'm thinking that, man, such a high ABV. It takes
I think
some
it's
playing
delicious, though.
It is.
I really like the flavor of that.
Yeah. It's a nice Highland Scotch with the grape characteristic.
I like it more than this.
Really? I don't know. I like both of them. They're so unique.
Hold on, I'm not there yet.
In their character.
God, that one's good too. Oh, they're both so good.
If
I feel like I'm breathing in rubbing alcohol right now. Like, there's so much heat to them.
Yeah, they're both.
I should have poured them a little less.
No joke. Yeah, they're both no joke whiskeys. If you're drinking them,
yeah,
be
pour them a little smaller than I poured them.
Be cognizant of your high ABV. Have some nice distilled water to add to them to bring them down.
I'm gonna add another drop to that.
They are both really, really good. You got your Oloroso Sherry, has all those grape nuances and everything. You've got the Glenlivet Nadurra regular cask strength that's not adulterated with any finished casks. Has the classic character, apples, and everything that goes with it. Only it's a high ABV. I think I like it a little more.
It's almost like the, like that, Avalora Bunda that you have.
Yes.
Super hot, super,
yeah.
you know.
Yep. And that's another one that's Oloroso finished. Yeah. Super high ABV. I think it's a 130 something.
It's up there.
It is way up there. 59.6.
Yeah, I know it's up there.
So it's a 120.
Because we did it on a blind and I didn't know that it was that high. Remember it like burned your tongue?
Yes. So this one's up there.
Now that I know, I'd do it again. But
yeah. Use caution.
So you're saying, gun to your head, you got to pick one. What would you pick? Is one you would prefer to drink? I know they're both good.
They're both really good. I recommend both. For me, and I love Oloroso. I love the finished characteristics of that wine, and I'm not a wine guy.
No.
I like this one. I like the standard. This is their product, unchanged, 16 years, no influence from grape. It's just the Glenlivet whiskey. I like it. I really do. Compared to the Oloroso, if I had to pick one, I would pick this one. Having said that, I would recommend both.
They are both delicious.
Yeah.
For me, I would choose the Oloroso one. I think it's just delicious. But I'm not a huge Glenlivet fan as far as just their 12. Their 15 is probably my favorite. Well, it was my favorite. I don't even know. I mean, I have to compare them again.
Right.
Anyways, I just like what that wine barrel imparts on the whiskey. It just gives it a little more of something else for me. Mm-hmm. You know, and I appreciate the 16. It is delicious. Right. But there's just a little more stuff.
More depth in that.
Yeah, it's got a little more. So, I mean, I know where you're coming from, too. Like, I mean, that's the purest Glenlivet you're going to get. Yeah. Right out of the barrel. It's non-chill filtered. It's the same as the 12, but it's 16 years non-chill filtered. And
right. There's nothing done to it other than...
Flavor-wise for me, just flavor, if I had those two and didn't know what they were, you put them in front of me, and I just took 2 drinks, I'd choose the Oloroso all day long.
Interesting.
To me, it tastes better.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But they're both delightful.
Palates. They are. And a lot of people make determinations on color.
Right.
You should never...
No.
You should never make a determination on the quality of a spirit based on its color, because there's so much out there that is colored with E150. Yep. And it doesn't really affect the flavor, but your mind will play a lot of tricks on you, and you're like, oh, it's so dark, therefore it's got to be aged, or it's got to be deeper, it's got to be richer. It has to have all these different nuances that, based on its color, will give it, and that's completely not true.
Right. Well, like my favorite Scotch of all time is Ardbeg 10, and it's probably clearer than that.
Yeah, it looks just like that. Yeah,
and it is delightful. Mm-hmm. But if you thought, your whiskey should be dark, then you wouldn't, I'm not going to drink that. Or
don't let color influence what you like.
Because they add color to stuff.
Yeah, except for American bourbon. They do not.
Yeah, bourbon they can't.
It's not allowed.
But, do they do an Irish or just Scotch?
Yeah, they can add it. Oh, okay. Everything across the pond from us, they can add color.
Okay.
So No, if they do or don't, that's up to each distiller for their own preference. But the Glenlivet does add color. I know that because they've admitted that. So,
and, you know, as long as they're honest about it, and you like it, who cares? And just
it's
like
a
he said,
cosmetic
just
thing.
don't do it because you think, oh, this one's darker, it should be better.
Right.
It's just not the case.
Mm-hmm. So a Glenlivet review, Nadurra's, even bottled, or what is it, bottled the same time?
Bottled same year.
Yep.
One was in June and one was in October.
Yeah. So that's a
Or
pretty
August,
something like that. Pretty good comparison.
August, not October.
Yeah, good comparison. Oloroso, all natural. Nadurra, that's what it means, all natural. So barrel strength, great whiskeys. If you can find them, I would grab them.
Yes.
They are definitely worth having. The Glenlivet, it's a great name. It's been around forever. Everybody knows the Glenlivet. Like and subscribe. Remember to always like and subscribe to the channel. We enjoy all the comments that we have with you all out there, with the interaction we have. Remember, if you want to know when we put out a new video, which is every single Saturday, hit the bell notification down in the corner. If you do select that, every time we release a video, a live stream, or anything like that, you're going to get a little notice on it, a little beep beep or something that lets you know, hey, Durbin's Bourbon just did a new release. You can check it out. And
and if you know, you can think of things for us to review or ideas, we're always open to that too, because we'll stand here and look at the shelf and be like, I don't know, man, what do you want to do? I don't know. So if you guys have things out there, and if we can get them, or if we have them, comparisons, whatever, you know, we're always open to ideas. So put them in the comments. We read them, we answer them. So.
So, and these have been sitting on the shelf for years.
There was a lot of dust.
They were covered in dust. So,
I feel like a loser. More pathetic loser.
Don't hate yourself.
Just kidding. Feel great now.
I know. 120 some proof liquor.
So stingy.
Will tend to do that to you.
It's more stingy than hot.
It stings the nostrils. Good whiskey. Highly recommend both of them. The Nadurras, seek them out. If you can find them, grab them. They're definitely worth having. Remember to add water.
Yes.
They're hot.
For sure.
They're hot. They will definitely light you up, and don't take big drinks. Simple little sips.
Simple
sips.
Simple sips.
The Glenlivet, Nadurra's cask strength will bite you.
Yeah.
Remember, as always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons
Any way you like.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.